What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today, the Oklahoma City Thunder are trading for Miami Heat shooting guard / small forward Victor Oladipo, as Victor Oladipo had a really good, solid season with the Miami Heat this season. But sadly, another injury just continues to fail Victor Oladipo. As in the first round against the Milwaukee Bucks, I think it was either game 3 or game 4. I don't remember which one it was, but I do remember it was a game in Miami, and I'm pretty sure it was game 3. I'm about 99.9% it was game 3 that Victor Oladipo hurt his leg, and Shams did announce back in April when he was I can't remember the exact leg injury that will cause him to miss 6 months, but that Victor Oladipo will miss 6 months, and you view it as that. And then Victor Oladipo won't be ready to go until end of October, mid-November in the regular season. So he'll miss around, the season starts, I think, October 22nd, October 24th, something like that. So he'll miss an area of maybe the first 3 weeks to maybe the first 5 weeks of the season. But I still really like this trade for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I'm going to go over why. Oladipo, even though he had that terrible leg injury in the playoffs, still a good player. And not only that, I want to add that he's played with the Thunder before. He was traded. How was he traded there? I might be wrong on this, but OKC, yeah, I'm 99.9% sure I'm right on this. Oladipo was traded to the Thunder for Serge Ibaka. Because Oladipo was drafted like 4th or 5th overall by the Magic, and then Oladipo was sent to the Thunder for Serge Ibaka, who went to the Magic, who was not there long himself. Maybe he was there for a season, or maybe a season and a half, who knows. But Oladipo only played one season himself for the Thunder. Had a solid season with the Thunder, was the second option for MVP Russell Westbrook. But when it came down to the Thunder, they were trying to get a real star next to Russell Westbrook, and that's when when the Thunder ended up giving the Pacers a god trade and sent Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis and other assets, and maybe a couple first-round picks as well, to the Indiana Pacers for Paul George. And I want to go look. I'm going to go in depth on that trade. Look what Indiana turned those two players into. Indiana flipped Victor Oladipo for Karis LeVert and I think a draft pick, and then they traded Karis LeVert for a first-round pick, and then Ricky Rubio. And then they traded Domantas Sabonis for Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hield. So that trade ultimately ended up being Tyrese Halliburton. But moving on from that, whole thing. But the next season, Oladipo became an all-star with the Pacers. The next 2 seasons, he became an all-star. In the 17-18 season and the 18-19 season, both seasons he was an all-star. So, it worked out for both sides. Thunder got Paul George and Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony, which never really worked out with those guys. But Oladipo was a 2-time all-star in the 2 previous seasons. But then a broken leg would haunt Victor Oladipo and would cause him never to be really the same, all-star, near superstar level he was at in this 17-18 and 18-19 season. But I still love this trade for the Thunder, as they're not giving anything up in this trade. They're getting Victor Oladipo in draft compensation, and the Miami Heat are just getting rid of Victor Oladipo, and Miami is getting a trade exception back for the draft compensation and Oladipo. But I'm going to tell you guys why I like this trade for OKC. If you look at OKC's roster, let's talk about before the NBA draft happened. Before the NBA draft happened for the Oklahoma City Thunder, before they traded for Davis Bertans, the Thunder on their roster only have one player that is older than 24 years old, and that is Kenrich Williams. And I don't even know if Kenrich Williams will be staying with the OKC Thunder this next upcoming season. I think there is a chance Kenrich Williams could be traded. So, or is he might even be a free agent if I'm not mistaken. And he's not even that great of a player. He's a solid player. He's not that great of a player. So, before the draft, before they traded for Davis Bertans, the Thunder literally had no player over 24 years old besides Kenrich Williams. There's only one player over 24 years old for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they need veteran experience to help with their young guys and bring in some bench depth as well with veteran experience. And they brought in two really good 3-point shooters in the last couple weeks. They traded for Davis Bertans during the draft, a really good trade for the Thunder during the draft. They traded for Davis Bertans in the 10th overall pick, and in return, the Dallas Mavericks got the 12th overall pick in a trade exception. So they traded for Davis Bertans. Now they're trading for Victor Oladipo. So they add in Victor Oladipo, 30 years old. Victor Oladipo, 31 years old. Davis Bertans, 30 years old. They bring in some veterans on this OKC roster, which is full of youngsters. The whole roster, besides Kenrich Williams, is 24 and younger, and the majority of it is way younger than 24. The majority of the roster is in the area of 20 to 23 instead of 24s. There's only a couple 24s, so like Shea and a couple other guys. So the Thunder needs some veterans, and that's what they're doing by adding in Victor Oladipo in this trade and adding in Davis Bertans a couple weeks ago. Oladipo averaged 11 points per game for the Heat this season. Bertans averaged 7 points per game for the Mavs this season. Both are good 3-point shooters. Both are good vets. I really like the moves for that OKC have made during the trade market. Adding in Victor Oladipo and Davis Bertans. You guys have any thoughts on Oklahoma adding in Victor Oladipo? That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.